Now, what God showed us how this came to be. John the Baptist was separated. The spirit of Elijah was separated from the two wings covering the face, and two wings covering the feet, and two wings in the middle, which was the spirit, how we arrived and the spirit to be born. So that leaves two yet attached when Jesus was being born, because I had no way to go. John the Baptist was the first witness. So I was not supposed to be born until after 2,000 years after Jesus went back to heaven, but I was supposed to be uh, 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 made part of the sacrifice as spoken of in Genesis 15:9-10. Now, by John the Baptist needing the substance of a man, I couldn't have been born with John the Baptist attached on to John the Baptist, because I needed the substance of a man to be born. I would have been either born a twin to John the Baptist or a Siamese twin attached on to John the Baptist. So God knew the man was going to be wicked and said Jesus was not the Son of God. But by God attaching a spirit onto the Spirit of God, which needed the substance of a man to be born, this would become living proof when he returned at the end to let people know that Jesus was no son of a man. Had Jesus been the son of a man, had the substance of a man to be born, with my spirit being attached to him, being the spirit of Moses, then I would have been born a Siamese twin attached onto Jesus, or a twin to Jesus. But by me going into the womb with Mary with Jesus Christ and being attached on to him, needing the substance of man, by Jesus being born and I was not born, that means that Jesus could not have been the substance of man. Had he been the substance of a man, then I would have been born. Because Jesus, it matches up here in the Bible where Luke, St. Luke, where Jesus, it tells you all of this matching up with the symbols of the first of Genesis 15:9-10. It says, and Jesus, it's Luke chapter 3, verse 23, and Jesus himself being to be about 30 years of age, being as was supposed the son of Joseph, which was I'm messing this up. Verse 22, St. Luke chapter 3. And the Holy Ghost descended on the body all in the shape of like a dove upon him, and the voice came from heaven, which said, Thou art my beloved Son, in thee I am well pleased. And Jesus himself being to be about 30 years of age, being as was supposed the son of Joseph, which was the son of Helica. Okay, this is how old Jesus was when John the Baptist baptized him. John the Baptist went in prison and was slain. Jesus was crucified at age 33. Fulfilling the prophecy of the heifer being 3 years old, a she goat being 3 years old, and a ram being 3 years. And a poor man of 3 years old, Jesus had to be slain the same manner as John the Baptist. As Jesus showed himself with John the Baptist and Moses as he was transfigured himself after John the Baptist had been slain, he appeared as Elijah and Moses when he took his witnesses up there with him, let you know the other attachment onto him. Now, after Jesus went back to his Father's heaven, I got the crosses here, right here, because I'm running out of time. Symbolize the three. Once Jesus was in the middle and the two thieves was on each side of him, that proved that all three of us had been slain. One for John the Baptist, one for myself, but Jesus was still in the middle. There was the midst, who had the power to bear the burden of a complete sacrifice. But we was attachment, we was the witness. Jesus spoke back the pigeon, which was spoken of in Genesis 15:9-10. They was the two, if you read St. Luke, it would tell you two men with shining armor was with in the tomb where Jesus was. But when Jesus went up, he went back up with my spirit attack. But he spoke back concerning the white horse, the red horse, and the black horse. The black horse had a pair of balances, which was the black prophet. Once the pigeon went back up, it tells you right here in St. Luke, chapter 16. It said, But now I go away to him that sent me, And none of you ask me, whither goest thou? But because I have said these things unto you, sorrow has filled your heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient for you that I go away. But if I go not away, the Comforter will not come unto you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. I am the Comforter. And when he is come, he will reprove the world of sin and of righteousness and of judgment, of sin because they believe not on me, of righteousness because I go to my Father and you see me no more, of judgment because the great prince of this world is judged. I have yet many things to say unto you, but you cannot bear them now. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, amen, he will guide you into all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will show you things to come. He shall glorify me, for he shall receive of mine and shall show it unto you. All things that the Father has are mine. Therefore said I, that he shall take of mine and shall show it unto you. A little while, and you shall not see me, and again a little while, and you shall see me, because I go to the Father. This is what I'm talking about. Once I came back, and I was in this nations, who was a drug infested nation, and I saw what they was doing to the people. And I became a victim of a circumstance was here. God has spoke concerning my return, what happened to me when I come back. He said the house was filled with smoke. I came back to carry pigeon, had to come back. Once the symbol went up, left the earth and went up. It came back and was born of three human beings as Elijah and Moses. I came back in my house in 1995 is when I was caught up between the earth and the sun, and God spoke to me. 1997, when I was in January, February 1997, January, they firebombed my house between the doorposts, and the doorposts did move, as I said, and the house was filled with smoke, and they tried to slay me in the house because they understand who I was. And because I saw too much, I saw what America was done to the people, the innocent people. This drug was not brought here on accident. Drugs were brought here in the United States of America with the dark side to secretly exterminate our peoples and to defile their mind. This is exactly what it is. This is a miracle drug. It's a double-edged sword. If it don't get you in the cross swing, it's going to get you in the back swing. Let me go back. How do I know this here? How do I know this here? Ezekiel chapter 1 is the space shuttle. Ezekiel chapter 9 is the knocking down of the Twin Tower Trade Center building. Ezekiel chapter 10 is the also space shuttle, symbolized by the eagle, the lamb, and the man. Ezekiel chapter 10 is also the blowing up the space shuttle over Texas when after the first invasion, after this invasion of Iraq in the year of 2000. Revelation chapter 4 is the space shuttle spoken of in Bible prophecy. The red dragon spoken of throughout Bible prophecy is nothing but a nuclear weapon, a weapon of mass destruction having nuclear capability. That is what symbolized the red dragon is. The red horse is the horse. It started off with Alexander the Great, who was white race, who became the white horse. But when it got to President George W. Bush was the trigger part of World War III. He became the red horse because it enslaved all out through America and everywhere, killing people in blood and shedding the blood of men until he has turned his name red. But the black horse in Revelation chapter 6 is myself, Curly Gazette. The pale horse is next. He's a deceiver of men. He is the one is bringing about World War III. But you see here, all these thorns here is making the earth like a thorn. This is the land that is going. Because of their factors, they manufacture these craft. They need the crude oil. This become a magnet to draw them over to Armageddon. There's so much I have to